Welcome back. I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries, where we talk about anything and everything to do with marriage. Before we went for the break, we were here with Barbara was telling us how she has managed to be a woman in business, to be a wife, a mother, a daughter-in-law, a sister, and very many things. And Barbara, I was thinking many times, and men, and they are right. They do not want the women to work because our money stays our money.
I know.
So whether you work or not, the money is still taking care of everything. So for you, how has working benefited your family? If it has.
Yeah, it has. Now, I think I'm different with other ladies because, like I said, me and my husband, we are friends and we do understand each other. Now, when it comes to my money, I think me, I'm different with other ladies. My money is our money. Yes.
It's usually my money, his money is our money.
Yeah, his money is our money. My money is also our money, though. There is like a though.
Though, what is that though?
The though is that for him, he might bring in 100%. Me, I might bring in like 60%.
Why?
Why? Because sometimes you find like the 40% can be used when he has no money by then.
Oh.
Yes.
So you keep it for
I
a rainy
keep it.
day.
Yes.
Okay. So how has it benefited? Even if 60%, though I'm sure there's someone saying, why don't you just put in the 100%?
No, I cannot put 100% because another thing is that as women, we also have parents, and sometimes you don't want to nag your husband that my mother needs this, my brother needs this. So sometimes you stay with that 40% or 60 and you give in 40 so that you can be able to have certain things done, like at your home, even children. You know that a man cannot give you money for, please buy clothes for kids. Buy a spoon at home. Okay, I don't know other men, but to me, I think my money goes to those things. You find like he knows I don't give it to him, but he would find like there is a new cup, there are new dresses for the kids, and so you find like when he sees that he's like, okay, this is where his
This
money
is where the money
yes
is going.
And another thing, he also, you know that me, I have a man who can never think that, oh, I've gone to this shop, I'll buy for myself a shirt. So you so that's where my money goes, because he would come and find the wardrobe is with new stuff.
So you cater for
Yes.
his clothes. You cater
Yeah, for the
kids.
children. Now his money does these big things that I know that me, I might not be able to do. Yes.
Okay. What other benefits can it bring so that men out there can also be encouraged to actually let their wives work or start a business?
Yeah, because you know they say two is better than one. Because if you bring 10, I bring 10, that's 20. And these things of men not allowing ladies to work is not bad. That is, first of all, it shows you're insecure. You're a man who thinks that maybe if my woman goes there, they're going to kukwana my wife. And even if she's at home, a milkman, a meat man can
If she's
still,
to go, she
if
will
she's
go.
still, yes. So there is no way you can say that if my wife stays at home, no one will talk to her. And I think even staying home mothers or wives, they have that thing that goes into their minds. My husband doesn't want me to work because he's there with maybe other working women. He's maybe having some other things. So, and also a lady who stays at home. I don't want to mention, but you find that these ladies, they're on a place seated
Doing
from
nothing.
morning, probably drinking, probably speaking, whoever bypasses, and that is the reason why they should go to work. They'll never know that they need to stop being there because they're always at home. They don't have anything to do. So they have to sit there and talk about the other one. The other one has done this. Lugambo, the Lugambo is always too much.
Do you think it makes you a bit more responsible being a working person?
Yes, very much. Because you can never compare a working lady with a stay-home wife. They can never meet.
How?
Because now, if your woman will never say that oh, can you give us 100%? She can never ask you for everything. No, she can never. There's
But
certain
they are
things.
there, as I've said, there are women who are
There are
actually
women,
working.
those ones know, they know that my man has, and maybe there's something that triggers her, that she wants the man to be responsible for everything. But if you know that, like for example, like me, I know for sure that I can never leave everything for my man, because we've worked from small since we got married and until now. That whatever we are working to, all the projects we do them together. So whatever he knows what I earn, I know what he earns, which I know most men don't
That
want
is-
to
yes,
share.
they don't want to share.
Yeah, but for him, he says,
And for
this
a
is
good
my
reason.
contract. Now, if you think that I have a lot, this is what I earn. So this is what I earn, but I have to stay with this because I need to do it, to use it for this. I have to save for the kids. I have to do this. So I do not think that I would wake up one day and say that, let me keep this whole money for myself because my husband has a lot and is keeping. No. So sometimes it triggers me to find like, God, is this true? I got this man who shows me all what he earns. So sometimes I feel like I'm blessed, or maybe, but I feel like he's not a liar on that part.
So now for the men out there who may be wondering, okay, my wife works, how can they support? I don't know, how has Kato come in to support you? Because as you said, this is a big thing.
Yeah,
How does he support you?
every man should support their wives when they're working. Why? For example, like me here at the garden, sometimes I can leave at midnight, and you find Bambi, he's sitting there at the bar waiting
Like he
for
comes
me.
to
He
actually
comes
wait
from
for-
his workplace, he comes at the bar, waits until I leave this place. That is support. And deep inside, I feel that is support. He encourages me that it's okay. Eh? Like he shows you that however much you work in a bar, I support you. I support what you do because all your money comes from here. So men should support their wives regardless of what type of job they do.
Are
So-
there times you have a function and he has to maybe come and
Car?
do something?
Yes. Now, actually, if it were possible, one day I would even do what I don't know, because there's this time on last Saturday we had a wedding here, and he was around that Saturday, and he was helping the guys with chairs, lifting chairs, and they were all shocked, and they're like, "What? That is manager's husband." And for him, he finds it so interesting because he wants to lift things. He wants to be busy. Because sometimes he says, but work in office, you need to do some
You need
other.
to walk
Yes, you
around.
walk around, you lift stuff. So for him, he finds it okay to help out.
So what more can men do to support working
Encouraging.
women?
You know, sometimes sometimes you get these stubborn clients, and you live here and you're like, I think I should resign this job. Clients are giving me a headache. And then you reach there, you tell him the whole story with what has happened. And he's like, no, you'll not find a place where you won't find those things.
Those problems.
Even if it is me at my workplace, I still find the disadvantages. You're not going to find only advantages on the workplace. There is always that disadvantage. Yes, so encouraging your wives, whatever situations they go through, instead of telling, you resign. No, you encourage her, and maybe, I think that would also help.
So you think emotional support is very important?
Very important.
From our husbands. How about that extra, the way you've said extra, today I'm tired.
Yeah, that extra, today I'm tired, and your man wants, is it right?
Okay.
Yes. So I don't get tired every time. No, I get tired when we have concerts, because sometimes when you have concerts, I live here not at actual midday. I live here in the morning.
Morning, like morning.
Morning. It is shocking, but it's true. I have like probably David Iltaro's show here. I don't just go and leave workers and I leave everything. That is not me. That is
You
not
actually
me.
stay till morning.
Yeah, I can stay till morning, and I have the workers and we are working tirelessly. So you have to be an example, number one.
That's true.
If I leave when the show starts at 9, because that's the best time when people come in, and you pack your things and you go home, who's going to run the business? Who's going to see that the beers are not in the fridge, workers are not passing through to get, so you find you don't have sales. And that is always the day that you expect a lot of sales.
But Barbara, I think either you have a superman or something. I'm trying to understand a man who would be okay with you spending the night working.
Yeah, I know that 100% of men around there, there is always that percent that men can understand. Because not all men are the same. Though people say men are the same, they are not the same. First of all, my man knows. First of all, when you know that your woman works in a
I
bar.
like the way you say my man. Like
Yes, he is my man. Yes. So when you work in a bar, your man has to expect things that happen in the bar. For example, like going home late. Because I don't go home late every day, but if it happens, like when there is a show, that is what they call an exceptional what? Day. Because doesn't happen all the time. So I believe that a man can excuse that. It is like asking your man, I'm going to go to my mother's home. So if you're going to your mother's home, sure, that means you're out of the house the whole day, the whole night.
yes.
So it is the same.
Okay. But do you think it is just a special breed of men that allow or encourage their wives to work, or all men should actually do that?
I would think that all men should support their wives.
But haven't you seen cases where women are allowed to do this and they actually run wild?
I know. There are many. You get to, now for example, you get to a certain setup like mine, and you find like you're no longer being a housewife, you feel like being a wife, it's
not fulfilling.
Yes.
To, you know?
But you have to remember that one thing, that you're married. That is if you went into marriage when you're interested in it. Yes.
So for the women who are working, what can we do to make our husbands like maybe rest, like feel without
comfortable?
Yes.
Trust. Let them trust us.
How do we make them trust us?
For example, like now, if he comes here and he finds that really, it's like example of these men who watch football. That would be actually a good example. Do you know, when I had not started working here, I would actually think that men who watch football until 2, they are lying. I would actually think
what?
I would think actually they are there with some women having fun. But it's not true. Ever since
they can be just here watching football.
I have seen men on the counter watch their football, exchange words, because this one is supporting Manu, this one is supporting Arsenal. They exchange words and it is fun. Only men. Football gets done and they move out of the counter and go home without women there.
Interesting.
Until you see it, you can't believe it.
So even the men need to trust that if I am working.
Yes. And now for my man, knowing that I work in a society where there is a bar, there is a garden, I believe that my man should believe that if I say I'm having a concert, and the good thing is, sometimes he's like, you're having a concert, okay. Now me, I'm leaving at work at 8, I'm coming. I'll go home, sometimes he goes home, rests, maybe he comes back. And probably he's with you, supporting you that whole night. Please, you have to take some water. Please, so that, and then you find
some men are just over.
No,
they need their words.
Yes. Some men know the importance of their wives working. And I'm very sure that my man knows the importance of me working.
So for those men that maybe are struggling, because I know very many who actually struggle with their wives working, how do you advise them?
Yeah, there's also this, I don't want to put all wives to be good. There are also these wives that start working and go astray.
True.
So sometimes even us wives, we make our men believe that whatever we are doing there cannot make them trust us. You go, you tell him probably you're at office, maybe you're not there. You have gone to hang out. Maybe, this time your TikTok shows that you're at a garden, then you're saying you're at work. So, and you are not then you fear your man. Instead of saying, I went out, hang out with my friends, you're like, I was at office in the meeting. So probably he finds out. So a man loses trust in you. So even if you say that I'm going to work, he finds it very difficult to believe. Yes.
And I'm thinking for you the issue is at least he comes and sees what you're doing. But how about those who cannot come to see?
That is that's a good question. Now, really, those who cannot, I think that every time when your woman says, I work on this place, it's good to know what exactly does your wife do. You have to find out, what does your wife do? What does she deal in? If she really works in a hotel and she's maybe a bartender, you have to know that she's serving drinks. She's going to leave at this time. When she's a shopkeeper and you're like, I want you at 10, you have to know that if she has not yet come at 10, then maybe there are many clients there. You don't have to think for the worst.
So do you think communication is an important part
It
of
is
all
key.
this?
Communication in marriage, communication in business, not only in marriage, in business, even in our children. We have to learn to communicate, even friends, even society. We have to learn to communicate because it is key.
It is key.
Yes.
So you think, has that impacted the way you relate with your husband?
Yes. I'm someone who's like, if something happens, we have to be in a short meeting. Do you know, love, last time you did this, I was not happy. So we talk about it, and everything goes well. Communication. Sometimes they used to say that me and I'm open person, that why I have to cool down, but sometimes when you cool down, it brings a gap. You start putting gaps in your marriage and relationship. Yes, so you communicate. And I remember they taught us that if you want your marriage to work out, communicate. My kids need to be told some certain things. I tell them, guys, meeting time. Even my kids can tell you, bring your chairs. They sit in front of me. We start talking about what is not good. Yes.
So you think that has helped also balance this business thing with marriage?
Yes. Yes, please.
So for the women out there who are struggling with this balance, because you're making it too good to be true.
It is. The way you make things hard, they become hard. If you make things, it is like marriage. Some people will find marriage so bad. Some people will actually make marriage look bad.
Okay.
But other people will be enjoying their marriage. And you're like, how do they? It is not that it's going to be very smoothly. No, there are going to be humps. But at the same time, if I meet those humps, even on the road, there are humps. So why not? So, and humans, we have to be there to do errors and we have to be corrected. And I remember my husband said that the more we get those humps, the more we understand each other. The more we love each other. Yes, because you go learning. Every time I make a mistake, I learn. Every time I tell him, you've done this, it has made me sad, it is a lesson. Yes, it's not perfect, but it's not bad.
Okay. So for the woman out there struggling to balance marriage and business, what would be your advice to them?
First of all, learn to communicate to your husband. Secondly, learn to understand each other. There's communicating and understanding. That's why the parents used to say, I tell you something from this ear and it has come out from this ear. That means they've communicated, but you've not understood. So you need to communicate and you need to understand what you've communicated to each other. So when you do those things, I think they can help.
They can help.
And support each other.
So we should not just expect support.
Yeah, we don't.
Need to also.
Yes, if your man also comes, he's so tired, he needs to rest. Don't start this and that. You should, when you need support, just know even someone else needs it. Yes.
So you should also be able to give it
Yes.
out.
Yes.
And how about those who may think, maybe I'm fearing to start a business, but from what you're saying, maybe I should start it. What are those things you should help, like they can do from the very start to help them balance these things out?
And now, to start a business, that is, first of all, you have to know what kind of business are you good at. Because you may be there and you don't have any idea on selling clothes.
But you want to start.
But you want to start. You are this person with this money that is not enough to bring a lot of capital. You don't have enough capital and you want to start up maybe what shop? This big shop. No, you have to first know. If I have like 10M, what is good? Which field am I good at?
Okay.
If not that, do I need daily amount? Do I need monthly amount? Do I need after a week amount? Because there are businesses that don't bring in every day.
That's true.
There are businesses that you can spend 3 days and have not even received a client. Or you have received clients like clothes sometimes. They've just put on, they're like doctors, they put on and they go. Now they're checking. But there are these businesses that where you need daily income. And those ones are the ones that you can start with.
Okay.
Yes.
Those that bring in daily income.
Yeah. And you see those small businesses that bring in daily income, they make money. They give you some money, some profits.
And lastly, for people who struggle, because I know there are people who struggle and say, now I'm going to leave my children, it's making me feel like I'm less of a mother because now I'm going to spend a lot of time at work. What do you say to them?
Wake up. They should wake up. There is no, this Uganda or this society you're in, you still have that mentality, you need to wake up.
Okay.
Not in a bad way. You need to wake up because, trust me, not in a bad faith. If in case your husband is not around, where on earth do you start from?
Where do you start from?
That is the question. Where do you start from when you're ever at home, seated? That's why you start fighting. Hey, brother, the brother of my husband is not caring for my kids. Where were you when your husband was around? When you would be able to start your own thing, help you out. So you should wake up, work. Me actually advise all ladies to work.
To work.
Yes.
Ladies out there.
Work your money. A man cannot even underlook you. A man will always also respect you because you're bringing in something on the table.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Barbara.
You're welcome.
Anything you want to say to the viewers before we close?
Yes, I want to say thank you for hosting me. And I want to thank the organizers as well for all this. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my husband.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Mr. Kato actually it's not a Mr. Kato Habat. Mlongo is not a Mr.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And my children and my family, and also to thank my mother-in-law, father-in-law for giving me the opportunity to take care of their business. Yes, and also my parents for raising a beautiful woman like me. And also to shout out to all our clients. Thank you for supporting Prime Gardens.
Wow.
Yes.
And thank you very much, our viewers. Please, if you have a function around Bulenga, please don't pass by Prime Gardens. You'll get something worth what you'll pay for.
Yes.
But for our viewers, thank you for watching. And for the ladies out there, as you've heard from Barbara, let us get up and work.
Yes.
Extra money is good for you. Even your children get to see you do something. And it is a beautiful thing when you can help your husband that day when he's stranded. Nothing beats that. Thank you for watching. I'm Phiona Mbowa, here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.